What is up, YouTube? This is John from No Huddle Fantasy Football, and I am back at you with another video. I'm super excited for this one because, as you can see on your screen, I am a Quinshon Judkins owner. Now, if I'm just being honest, this is an absolute fleece of a trade, but we can take this trade as a lesson. One, you should be patient with your players, especially if you pay a premium like a first-round rookie pick. And two, you should be early and often when it comes to Dynasty trades. So going back to that first lesson, the Quinshon Judkins owner was adamant that he was going to go to jail. And he was not going to play a snap of football, maybe ever. And so I think he panic sold him to get whatever value he can get because he associated that value that he was going to go to jail. I would have paid a lot more for Judkins just because of the extra value I've acquired through my past trades, that it would have been worth it for me to hold this risk for a first-round rookie running back. But in his head, he associated the value of next to nothing because he thought he was going to get arrested and he thought he was not going to play a snap. And so I sent Roman Wilson in a 2026 fourth for Judkins in a third. I wanted to wait and see the outcome of these allegations and these charges before I made a video on this trade, but this trade took place about 2 weeks after the news came out. You know, you could say what you want about Judkins or the case, or you can have your opinion if he did it, if he didn't do it. But the facts is that the case is dropped and they're not moving forward with any legal action. I read the details of the case, and they were a little bit fishy to me to where it was worth the risk for me. This guy actually sent me this offer. I was the first one in the league to inquire. I sent him an offer for a second-round pick in 2026 for Judkins. He declined. He said he was going to hold out a little bit. That was the day the news broke. And then 2 weeks later, things were not looking positive for Judkins, I'm not going to lie. And so he sent me over this. I clicked accept and did not look back. Roman Wilson could break out and be a great wide receiver for the Steelers, but on my team, he was like my wide receiver 8, to where the risk of Judkins coming back or the risk of his charges being dropped or whatever far outweighed the risk of holding Roman Wilson for a potential breakout. And that goes into the lesson number 2, to be early and be often, is that when this trade went through, my league mates were pretty upset, saying that, how does this go through? You fleeced him. How do you trade a first-round rookie pick for Roman Wilson in a fourth and add a third to my side? But at the end of the day, I was just the first one to make this inquiry about Judkins. Any of my league mates could have made a trade with him and got a similar value for Judkins, except that they were all nervous about the implications. I was the first one that really took that risk. Now, this is on my main Dynasty team, and so Judkins being on my team it feels like $1 million right now. When I saw that news that the charges were dropped, I was so hyped that I knew I had to make a video on this trade. Like I said, I was holding off because I wanted to see the outcome, but now that we know that the charges were dropped and there's no legal action, I had to get my flowers and show off this trade. I actually had Judkins as my RB3 in the class, and during the rookie draft, I was actually going to trade into the first round to pick him up, but the guy I ended up trading with said that he likes his pick and he wants to pick up Judkins, and then he ended up giving Judkins to me essentially for free after all the news came out. You could say whatever you want about Judkins. You could say whatever you want about the case. You could say you think he did it. You could say that you didn't think he did it. But the fact is that the charges were dropped, and now I have a bell cow running back on my team that I think is going to take over that backfield. Dylan Sampson is decent, but Judkins is a different animal. He may have a slow start because he missed out on minicamp and their first preseason game, but I am super, super excited to see how this guy's career plays out. Anyway, this has been John from No Huddle Fantasy Football, and that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you think about this trade, because I absolutely love it. I saw the notification that the charges got dropped in my newsfeed, and I felt like I won the championship. So for a team that was light on running back, I now have one of the best running back rooms in the league. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, let me know what you think. Can you believe this trade went through? Because part of me doesn't. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. This has been John from No Huddle Fantasy Football, and I am signing out. Peace.